We are at the halfway point here at Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, Kentucky. This gymnastics meet between LSU and the hometown Kentucky Wildcats. Jen Hildreth along with Lori Strong-Ballard and Natalie Taylor, and Natalie is with LSU coach Dee Dee Bro.
Thanks, Jen. Halfway point of the meet, headed onto the floor. How do you think your gymnasts are doing here at the University of Kentucky?
Well, I think that we had a really shaky warm-up on vaulting, and they handled it really well, competed up a level, so I feel good about that. We weren't consistent last week on floor, and I feel like we got a few question marks, so I'm just going to wait and see. I think we're ready, but we've got a couple of tumbling passes that I would consider a little soft.
Well, good luck on floor, and back to you, Jen.
I don't know, Natalie, I have a feeling LSU is always ready to go on floor. After all, this is an event where they are ranked #2 in the country. So, Lori, some big scores possible top to bottom in this lineup. And Ashleigh Clare-Kearney is an athlete who's ranked #5 in the country in this event.
Ashleigh is averaging close to a 9.9 on this event. So far this year, we saw some power in her vaulting. We're going to see it again in her tumbling. Almost steps out of bounds there, right in the corner. Had she stepped over that line, it would have been a mandatory 1/10 deduction. LSU always has very vocal home crowds, so this team really takes a lot of pride in preparing their routines and choreographing routines that will be entertaining. Really pull in the audience so that they can enjoy it as well as the judges.
And I think the crowd here enjoying some of these LSU routines, even though they are not the team they're rooting for the most, but as you said, they are entertaining.
Required element is at least a 360-degree turn. And her final tumbling pass. Looking for a good landing here. Combination front full to a front tuck and a big smile. Another consistent, strong routine for Ashleigh. No soft tumbling passes there.
I don't think so. Ashleigh already has a 9.925 on vault in this meet, now looking to put up some numbers on floor.
She hits gorgeous height, finishing with a double back. One of the most difficult final tumbling passes, considering endurance is so difficult on this event.
Ashleigh receives a 9.875. Well, Kentucky will be competing on beam in this rotation, and that's an area where they have struggled as of late.
Beam's not a weakness. I think our mental preparation is a weakness. I think they forget the things they do in the workout. If it was a weakness, then we would go 60%, 70% in the workouts. I have kids they'll go all week and not miss a beam routine and come out here and decide they want to put their feet on the beam, you know. So it's not so much beam that's a weakness, it's competing beam that they got to get under control.
Training and competing beam are two very different animals. You can learn more about yourself with one routine in competition than 10 routines in a safe gym environment.
Up now on beam for Kentucky, the junior Lucy Burgin, who we saw have a career high earlier in this meet on vault.
Hoping to build off the confidence from a great vault. Kentucky needs it. They have already suffered a fall, so it's important for Lucy to get them back on track here. And, you know, I really think this is an interesting turning point for both these teams. They both struggled on their respective events. LSU struggled on floor against Georgia in their last competition, and Kentucky on beam against Alabama. They admitted they had a meltdown on this event. So it's important for them to make adjustments here and big improvements.
Yeah, Kentucky had 3 falls on beam against Alabama in the final rotation, and they led the Crimson Tide going into that rotation. So when you say meltdown, you know, Coach Mo Muhammad definitely felt that his team was in it in that meet down to this event.
The coaches and athletes were extremely frustrated after that performance because they really felt they could have had a win against one of the best teams in the country. Lucy doing an excellent job here, finishing up strong with a nice solid landing on her dismount. She definitely gets this team back on track.
Well, the Wildcats needed a strong routine, and they got it.
One of the biggest concerns usually for an athlete on this event is the tumble series here. Lucy does a back handspring layout. It's see she's a little bit crooked, but she's quite aggressive in her lunge position. 9.825, a second career high of the night.
Not too shabby, I'd say, for... We are midway through rotation number 3. Rachel Riley on beam for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Kentucky has struggled with consistency, not only on this event, but some other events as well this year. And Mo told his team that he wanted them to start the season over with this meet. A fresh start, a new mindset. And so far, we have seen a much stronger Kentucky team.
Yeah, Kentucky really hanging with LSU, at least the scores we saw through the first 2 rotations. Just a couple tenths of a point separating the 2 teams.
You see assistant coach Megan Fenton in the background there. She is their beam coach, making notes on their clipboard. Taking a look at where these routines can be improved. Again, Kentucky has suffered 1 fall. First athlete up, just like on bars. So the pressure's on here. They have to get 5 hit routines. Excellent dismount. Round off 1.5 twist and a solid landing.
Nice job there by Rachel Riley, making it through a solid routine.
Kentucky's most definitely having a comeback performance this week. I know that they trained extremely hard in the gym this week to take care of some of those mistakes that they made against Alabama.
And holding on there on beam, Rachel at a 9.775. Well, April Burkholder in the all-around tonight, something she enjoys.
Well, I definitely think it's a privilege to compete in the all-around, and especially on this team because it's a great team this year. And to have all your teammates behind you 100%, it's great, you know, just to be in all 4 events.
A great all-arounder is someone who is consistent across 4 events, something that April is most definitely, but she also shines on this event. She's not yet ranked on floor because of a low 9.425 the first meet of the season, but after this week, the rankings go by a different system, and she'll be able to drop that 9.425, and I believe that she will go up in the rankings. Most definitely, she is one of the best floor workers in the country.
Well, and don't forget, it wasn't too long ago April had a perfect 10 on floor. She did that against Arkansas earlier this month. So she is very talented here.
She takes a lot of pride in this routine. She's increased her difficulty this year, and of course, she choreographs her own routine.
April has so much style, choreographs her routine, and you know, you may have heard rumors that she also raps a bit. In fact, she put those talents to good use. She was part of a talent show that raised more than $4,000 to benefit former LSU goalkeeper Robin DeZormo. Robin was recently diagnosed with cancer. She is undergoing chemotherapy, and boy, the athletes did a great job raising some money toward that cause.
A fantastic benefit that they all supported. Showing off fantastic style, big tumbling, and a great routine for LSU.
Well, April is leading the all-around coming into this rotation. Looks like she will add to that total here.
One of the biggest difficulty in the competition, we see a lot of the athletes do a double back, but April adds a full twist to the first rotation. She needs big height and quickness, and of course, cat-like awareness to do that tumbling pass.
And a 9.925 for April Burkholder as LSU finishes up on floor with a 49.325. Another great score for the Tigers. Kentucky trying to keep up here on beam, trying to be clean. And as we've mentioned all throughout, avoid those falls. Bethany Strauch in now for Kentucky. Last-minute substitution.
A last-minute replacement for Krista Prestigiacomo, who's sitting out this competition because of an illness. Bethany's last up, and that increases the pressure. Kentucky simply cannot afford a fall, and she's solid on her tumble series. 2 back handsprings to a layout.
One thing Bethany said she does before meets is she visualizes all of her routines, and I gotta think, Lori, especially on something like that, like beam, that's so important.
That is a very common training technique on this event. Visualizing the routine, seeing every element performed perfectly and with the same timing that you would do in competition.
Boy, you even see her giving a big smile on beam. A lot of times gymnasts seem so serious and focused on this event, but she's just smiling out at that crowd.
It almost looks like she's enjoying this performance. And the dismount, a gainer full. She should enjoy that, and Kentucky will enjoy the score. And of course, 5 hits, that's what they're looking for. Tumble series, she tumbles 3 elements in a row. There is plenty of time to go crooked. She hangs in there, pulls the arms up by the ears. That keeps her centered over that 4-inch wide beam.
Plenty of reason to smile for Bethany now. A career high 9.8 makes that last-minute substitution look pretty good for Kentucky. And the Wildcats receive a 48.65 in this rotation. LSU in the lead. They're up by a point, but Kentucky will be on floor in the final rotation.